how you mad at me? Cause I lost weight. But if you want muscles like me, just say that. It's okay. All you gotta do is a couple push-ups, couple squats, couple sit-ups.
I've been so freaking tired.
All you gotta do is leave the Chipotle alone. Stop eating everywhere you go. You go out of town, you eat. You go get some clothes, you eat. You get in the car, you eat. You sit down in the house, you eat. You go to sleep, you eat. Stop eating so much. That's your problem.
You're now listening to a Bobby Johnson beat.
Hey, my main bitch and my savage man, bitch. I can get too for. Rather hold me up on Easter pink. I need to go.
Tune in to Too Much Media.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Missed you. Had to come back and chit chat with y'all. So today I wanted to finally do the long awaited, forever promised fit mentality video. So if you guys have been like tuning in or whatever, you know I have the fat mentality series that I've been doing, which I'm gonna make a playlist and like have them all in like one place, so then that way like if you want to like watch them all at once and like kind of get a whole breakdown of what fat mentality is, because in each video I kind of broke down different parts of fat mentality. But I have promised throughout those videos that eventually one day I was going to do a video on fit mentality. So today is that forever waited day, because I had a couple things that I was like, well, for one thing, like recently, like, okay, so my aunts had come to see us today. And they were asking me, they were like, oh my God, like, what have you been doing like to be fit or whatever? Do you go to the gym? And I was like, starting to explain to them that like I don't always go to the gym. Like I do go to the gym like from time to time or whatever, but like, you know, lately not really, but you know, this and third. I was just about to start explaining to them what exactly is my current, you know, up-to-date fitness routine right now. And before I could tell them, one of my other aunts interrupted me, and she was trying to tell them, yeah, you know, she's always doing healthy stuff. She was just going in about how like I'm obsessed with exercise and this, that, and the third, and whatever, right? And every time I was like trying to kind of explain to them what I was up to as far as like my current day fitness regime, I quickly realized that they weren't too interested. Like they were more interested in showing me that they noticed than they really were understanding the details of my regimen, right? And of course, like, that's not a problem. Like, it's okay. Like, I get it or whatever. But this is something I think is, like, important for you to realize, too, when you're getting into fit mentality, is that when people ask you about fitness, they don't actually care. Like, they don't care. People who care about fitness and, like, really want to know about your fitness regime and stuff, the questions they're going to ask are not going to be so broad that it's just like, what are you doing? You know, it'll probably be like, oh, do you do this specific exercise? Or what's it called? Like, oh, by your physique, I feel like you do this. Like they'll probably, like most people who are into fitness will probably try to guess what your fitness regime is based on your build. Because to them, like it's one of their things that they like to do is kind of like notice people's physique and know what exercises build that type of physiques, okay? So their questions for you are more likely going to be super specific, like how many days a week do you train? Or are you doing cardio? Or are you doing weights? Or like they're going to be quite specific with the questions they ask. Whereas everyone else is just going to ask you, oh my God, like how do you look so good? Oh my God, what are you doing to stay fit? Oh wow. Like, you know, it's going to be like that type of broadness for most other people. And what you have to understand about that is like, it doesn't come from a bad place, the fact that they don't actually care. It comes from a like not knowing what else to say place, you know? So when you start to try to explain to them what it is you're actually doing, they don't actually care. So don't get offended when you start to try to tell them, and either they're not listening to your fitness advice and they keep telling you, oh my God, I'm trying to get fit. What do I do? What do I do? Oh my God, I'm trying to get fit. What do I do? What do I do? I'm trying to get fit. What do I do? What do I do? Like, they're gonna keep saying that, but they don't actually mean it, you know? So it's best to just save your sanity and save your breath and not speak too much on it. Like, just say, oh, you know, I'm just doing my best. You know what I do? My best. And that's true. Like, I swear, hand to God, that's what I do. My best. It's not too much on me because I can't, like, you know, beat myself up about fitness, you know? Like, it's like, I feel like that's a part of fit mentality. Like, if you have fit mentality, you're not beating yourself up about working out or not working out. It's so ingrained in you and so like almost like this equivalent to breathing to you that like if you miss a workout, it's like there's no way you're gonna continuously miss a workout anyway. So it's like you don't even have time to beat yourself up about it. You're just like, oh my God, I would have felt so much better if I had a chance to work out. I'm so annoyed I didn't have time. And then the minute you have time, you're gonna run to go do it because it's just you're gonna be itching to do it. That's fit mentality. Fit mentality is like not having negative associations to not working out, you know, or to working out too. Because when you think about working out, you think about the surge in your blood flow and your brain energy. Because like even me, like whenever I do like an intense cardio workout, it usually really pumps so much blood into my body that I come up with so many ideas during exercise. So it's like, that's one of the things you think about when you think about fitness. Or when you think about fitness, you think about how good you sleep at night after you've had a good workout. You think about the post-workout, like, feeling that you have too, of like, just feeling so like, oh, yes, like you just feel so much relief post the workout, you know? You think about how easy it is to do like the other simpler things that you do in your life that aren't working out when you have worked out, because since you're fit, like doing things like, you know, cleaning up or like, you know, having to walk to the store real quick and get something, like all these like little small tasks that you might have to do that everyone does, like are easier for you because you exercise is way harder than this. Like, you know, this is nothing. Like, who cares about doing this? Like, I don't even think that it's mindless to me. But exercise, like, I really put all my body's effort into that, and that's hard. This is simple, you know? So you think about that too. Like, you think about just like whatever your workout playlist is currently. You might have added a few banger songs that you're really excited to listen to while you work out, because like listening to music like when you're in the car versus listening to music when you're like in your room versus listening to music while you work out are all three very completely different experiences. Like that, like the way songs bang while you're working out, like there's nothing like it. Like it's just, you feel like a superhuman sometimes. Like sometimes you're in the middle of your workout and you swear you can maybe like jump off the ground and potentially fly. Like you potentially might jump off the ground and never come back down. Like, so like when you're listening to a really good song and you're in the middle of a really good workout, that's genuinely how it feels. Or like you might pick up a weight and accidentally throw it to the moon. Like it just like, ugh, like it just feels really good, right? So that's like, I would say the main thing about fit mentality is like that positive association with exercise. It's like you constantly have to think of exercise as a reward, not a punishment. When you think of exercise as a punishment, You're leaving fit mentality. You can't think like that and stay in fit mentality. Fit mentality is constant positivity when it comes to exercise. Like, I remember not too long ago, I was over my sister's house, and she was like, "Oh yeah, we had been hanging out or whatever," and she was like, after the whole day was over, she was going out that night. That's what was happening. I'm trying to remember what was going on. She was going out that night, right? And I was gonna go home, obviously. So she was gonna go out, and I was gonna go home. And before she went out, though, she had to wait for the time. It was like close to the time she needed to go out, but also far enough where we were also kind of like biding time a bit. And while we're sitting there, she was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't really get my steps in completely. Do you want to go down to the gym?" Because she had a gym nearby. And I was like thinking about it. And if I wasn't in fit mentality, like technically I was wearing jeans and a shirt, and like, I think I was wearing sneakers though, at least. Yeah, I think I was wearing sneakers. But like, I was wearing jeans and a shirt, and like, I don't know, I just wasn't in like, full workout gear where I wouldn't look a little bit off in the gym based off what I was wearing. Like, usually people wear workout clothes to the gym, and she's at home, so obviously she can just change into her workout clothes, and that's that, right? So if I wasn't in fit mentality, I would have been like, no, I didn't come here for all that to sweat my clothes out, and what's the point of like sneaking to the gym for like what? We only had maybe like 30, 45 minutes before she needed to come back upstairs and, get ready to leave. So a normal person would like probably think, oh, what's the point of like that quick little like downstairs and upstairs thing where it's like not even really like a planned workout. Like, who cares? I might as well just sit here and keep chilling, right? But because fit mentality, the minute she said it, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I didn't even flinch at the idea. I was like, yeah, let's go. Because I too wasn't completely at my step count goal, and I had kind of given up on it for the day because I realized, well, I hadn't given up on it completely because I had been pacing around the house a bit. Whenever we were like not doing something, I was trying to get in a couple steps or whatever, but I had given up on the idea that I was gonna really get to my complete number that day. I was just like, realistically, sometimes when I'm socializing, I allow a little bit of leniency to myself in order to not make the situation awkward, because it's like, okay, I'm pacing around or like I'm panicking about my steps and stuff. It's just like, that's very weird behavior, like I'm gonna seem crazy to people that I'm that obsessed about steps, because it's really not that deep. This one day of me not hitting my step goal is really not gonna do much for my overall fitness level or like my overall health level, So it's like, whenever I'm in social situations, I usually try to do it, but like if I can't, I can't, But like, yeah, because I was in fit mentality, I'm like, oh yeah, jeans, shirt, all. I do not care. Let's go. Like, I'm gonna go and try to get as many as I can. And guess what? We went down there and she left after like 30 minutes or 45 minutes or something like that because she had to get ready. And I obviously was just gonna go home after, so I stayed a little bit longer in the gym than her. And I still didn't hit my step count. Like, I stayed like an hour and a half. I think like an hour and a half. And I still didn't hit my step count. But then at that point, I was like, let me go back upstairs before she like leaves and my stuff's up there. And, like, I just didn't want to stay down there any longer. It was just like enough already. So I left and I still didn't hit my step count. But I snuck in a bit more than I would have if I hadn't taken that opportunity of her thinking of that. Because I even think when she mentioned it, she was kind of saying it like haphazardly. Like, she was kind of like, like when someone like mentions something like jokingly just to see what your response is going to be. But like, if your response is like, hell no, they're like, okay, whatever. But if you're like down for it, then they'll be like, okay, yeah, I was serious. And they'll go with you, like they'll do it with you. Like, it was more like that type. It was just, she was kind of like testing the waters more when she asked me, but I was down. I was like, yeah, let's go. Like, why not? Like, either we go downstairs and we get some steps in, or we sit here and like talk about nothing and watch TV, you know? So it was just like, watch TV, get your steps. Watch TV, get your steps. Definitely get your steps. Like, what the hell? Like, that's not even a question for me. Like, let's go. Like, there ain't nothing on TV that interesting for me not to get my steps in, for real. So that's fit mentality of like, you know, when there is an opportunity to do something, you take it. You don't like, you know, decide that like, you don't like allow fitness to be solely wrapped around exercise itself. It's like movement as a whole is like encouraging to you, like an opportunity to do something that is moving rather than stationary. You take it, even if it doesn't seem like the conventionally. Why am I struggling to speak? Like, I hate when this happens. You see, like what's going on? Convention, you know the word I'm talking about, guys. Way of like exercising, of like, you know, you have to be dressed to your perfect gym outfit. You got to be, you know, prepared to stay in the gym for 2 hours. You have to have a whole exercise. You got to do cardio and weights. You got to do this. Like, you don't not got to think about it like that all the time. Some days you might do both. Some days you might do one. Some days you might, some days somebody might randomly tell you to do some other fitness activity, like call you up and be like, yeah, let's go rock climbing. And that's your fitness for the day. Like, you know, fit mentality is like taking a positive outlook in fitness where wherever the opportunity lies to do something active, you're always kind of down and happy to do it because it's fun to you. It's not like a chore. It's positive. It's good. It's just movement. It's just like, life, like proof that my body works. Like, that's all it is, you know? You don't need to overthink it. You don't need to make it difficult. Like, I remember when I first started to try to figure out how to do fitness outside of organized sports, I really, really had to first train myself about that. Like, people ask me all the time, and this is why I don't like to get deep. Like, when I was talking about how my aunts earlier were trying to ask me, what do I do? Like, this is why it's very hard for me. Like, I can just explain to you what I did, like, currently, maybe the past couple weeks. But the thing is, my fitness regime is not stationary. It's very fluid. It's very with the times. It's whatever my mood is in the current state, because I grew up playing organized sports. So all my fitness was kind of very structured and told me what to do. So it's like, I get there, warm up, run around the court like 4 or 5 times, whatever amount of times you're supposed to, you know, come do this drill, do that drill. Now you guys are going to run here. Now you're going to do this. Now, okay, we're starting weights now. You know, it's like somebody else constantly telling me when it's time to exercise and how hard I should be going, like faster, slower, faster. Like, you know, they're telling me constantly what I'm doing correct and wrong. So it's like, once I got outside of organized sports and I had to try to figure out how to do fitness without someone in my ear constantly, it became a thing of like, well, if no one's in my ear forcing me to do this, I need to figure out a way to have a positive correlation with this, because if not, I'm not going to do it. Like, this entire life that I've had, there hasn't been a positive correlation. This has been organized and structured sports. So someone has kind of been close to cussing me out every single time I'm not doing it well enough. So it's like, there's never been a whole like, I'm putting in max effort because I'm loving this so much. It's, I'm putting in max effort so that if I do this correctly, you won't make me do it again, you know? Ain't nothing worse than your coach getting mad and saying, on the line, you know. Like, you know, so it's like, it's more like, it's never been a like, oh yeah, I'm just doing this to do it. I'm just running extra just to run extra. It's like, no, I'm in trouble. Okay. Do you know what I just did 5 minutes ago? Yeah, mess up. So I'm in trouble. That's why I'm running. That's why I'm doing push-ups. That's why I have to do this plank. That's why I have to do 60 sit-ups. That's why I have to, you know, do a wall sit, this, that, and like whatever the exercise is, like I have to do it because I'm in trouble, not because I'm like really having a good time here, you know? So it's like, now it's like, okay, no one's yelling at me and damn near cussing me out every time I need to exercise in order to get me to do it or do better at it. So how am I gonna get myself to do it? I'm like, yeah, it has to be a good thing. It has to be a happy thing. It has to be fun, or else I'm never gonna do it. So how I started it was, I was like, okay, what is an exercise I did as a child or like at a younger age? Because back then I was younger than I am now. So like, it was like trying to figure out younger than what I was then. So younger than what I was then was basically childhood. So I was like thinking to myself, okay, childhood wise, what was the fun exercise? Like now that I'm older, I understand that was exercise, but as a kid, I didn't realize it was exercise and I used to just do it for fun. And I was like, jump rope. I used to jump rope when I was a kid because like we did it for fun. That was like kind of the girl activity. Like when you go to recess, it was like the jump ropes were on the side. Mostly the girls would jump rope and then the boys would like play sports. Like they would play soccer and basketball, right? And I was like, oh yeah. And we used to have so much fun playing, doing jump rope. So I was like, okay, since I have, that's not like a negative thought in my head and it sounds fun in my head and makes me think of those recess fun play days, I'm gonna do jump rope as my form of exercise. And that's the only exercise I did for a long time. Back in the day, all I would do was jump rope. I wouldn't do nothing else. I would just jump rope. I would jump my heart away. And my rule would be that if I wanted to watch TV, because I love TV, like one thing about me, I'm obsessed with television and film, okay? So, and that was also a childhood thing for me too. Like when I was a kid, I always loved television and film. So I was like, okay, well, you're obsessed with watching TV and you're always sitting while you watch TV. You're spending too much time sitting down and then you need to exercise, but you need something positive. So jump rope is going to be your exercise. So my rule will be if I wanted to watch TV, I had to be moving. So what I did was I got an indoor jump rope and then I would jump rope while I watched TV. So then that way I could watch TV because I knew I wasn't allowed to watch TV. And this was also to help me with school too, because I needed to spend more time studying. So it was a way to decrease my TV time where I could also get two birds with one stone. So it was like, okay, this way I get to watch TV and I have to exercise regardless of school. So now I will consolidate my TV and exercise time into one motion. That way it's like, boom, that saves me so much time. And then the rest of the time I can't watch TV because I'm not exercising. And then that gives me more time to study. So you see, and then it was like, if I did have little gaps of free time where I did have time to watch TV, I would put the TV on and just do something random. Like I would just like do some jumping jacks or like, I would just do something random that is still moving or like walk around pace, like jump up and down, do squats, like whatever while I was watching the show. If I had already done my jump rope for the day, but I had extra free time and I wanted to watch something again. So it's just, that was kind of my rule of like, just stay moving while you watch the TV, right? And I just jump roped. And then after a while, like in the beginning, I was positively correlating jump rope because of a childhood experience. But then after a while, I started getting so good at jump rope. My positive correlation was no longer with childhood, but with my previous jump rope sessions of like seeing myself be so much better at jump rope than I was in the beginning, or seeing myself slowly like, it was easier and easier to jump rope, or like you just little different things that would happen with me in the jump roping, that now my positive correlation was just that I literally just enjoyed jump roping. It was just a fun activity to me. And I jump roped for mad time and until slowly it started to get a bit boring to me. And I was just like, ugh, this is kind of whack. Like, this is kind of boring. So then that was like, okay, fit mentality. At least now I have a positive correlation to fitness where I don't always think, like, now I understand what are the fun parts of exercise, because I've learned how, after time jump roping and building this skill, how good I've gotten at jump rope, and how fun it is after I got in a good sweat to like exhale after that. Like how I feel like a lot of like emotional burdens off my chest from getting a good exercise out. Like I just feel like lighter, like better, like, even just in my emotional sense, right? Like I feel like emotionally it helped me a lot to jump rope, right? Because I, brought out a childhood like happiness in it, and I also like found out something positive to do whenever I wasn't feeling positive. Like when I was feeling negative, I had a positive, way to get it out, So after I started getting bored with jump rope, I was like, okay, well, at least now my thoughts about exercise, I have a positive correlation where I can change it from jump rope. I don't need a childhood memory in order to want to exercise anymore. My memory can be current of like, look, remember how good you felt when you started getting good at jump rope, and remember how good you feel emotionally after you finish jump rope, and all this kind of things. And like another way I learned to make jump rope even positive currently was that I started after a while, like TV started not being the way I would watch TV and jump rope. I would now start to listen to music while I jump rope because I started getting better. So I got a speed rope. So I started jumping faster, and I stopped jumping indoors because at first I could jump indoors. I needed an indoor jump rope because I wanted to watch TV while I jump rope. And so I would do it in my room. So then after a while, once I started getting too good for the indoor jump rope and I needed a speed rope, and I had to jump outside in order to speed rope, because you can't do a speed rope inside. Like when I'm telling you, there's no way, that's not happening. It doesn't matter. Especially carpet, like no. The other one was yarn. This one is like, what is it made out of? Like it's made out of like nylon or something, like a hard plastic, so it's not gonna work inside. But the other one, the indoor one, that one was made out of yarn, so it was just easy. You just jump inside. But yeah, so then once I started to do speed rope and I had to do that outside, I started to put music on while I jump rope on the speaker and then jump like that. And then as I started to get really good at jump roping, I could jump on the beat of the song. So then it would start to become kind of like really fun because it was like jumping to the beats of the song. And after a while, like I would forget how long I would be jump roping and just be jumping because the songs were just banging. I was just like, So yeah, that's how I started positively correlating jump rope to like having a good time and listening to music for mad long while I jumped. And so then after that, I started getting so good, started jumping on the beats so well. Then I started to try to learn tricks on the jump rope of like, trying to get my body through the little cross and do backwards and all these other kind of stuff. But after a while, even trying to learn the tricks started to get a bit boring to me. So I was just like, okay, I need to change it up. And my thing was, another reason I had decided to do jump rope instead of getting a gym membership was because I knew I eventually wanted to make it to the gym, but I told myself I needed to spend at least like 6 months to a year doing exercise at home first consistently before I would allow myself to get a gym membership, because I wanted to prove to myself that regardless of me going to the gym, I would find a solution of how to exercise. I wanted to be the type of person when I did eventually get to my fitness goals that wouldn't let the gym make or break me. Like I wanted to be so understanding of my own body and fitness that like if I had access to a gym or no access to the gym, I always had like a mentality of a person who would get it done regardless, because I knew like that stereotype of like people always get a gym membership and then never go, or people always get a gym membership and never fit, and people always, all these kind of stereotypes that they make about the gym. So I was like, no, I don't want to be another stereotype when it comes to the gym. So I need to make sure that like on the days where I miss the gym, that I'll still do something active at home. And I need to figure out what my at-home routine would be if I don't go to the gym, right? So that's why at this point, once I started getting bored with the jump rope, I knew that I was ready to start going to the gym because I had been consistently jump roping for so long, to the point where I've gotten so good and I was able to like even jump to music and do all these other stuff. Like I was doing so much and so consistent with the jump rope that I was like, okay, if I get a gym membership, I know I'll go. I know I can be consistent with fitness. And I know that now, because I'm bored with jump rope, if I have the gym as my other option, if I don't feel like jump roping, I can just go to the gym. And then if the gym doesn't work out that day, I know I have my jump rope and I can just do that real quick and on the days where I didn't make it to the gym or something like that, right? So then that's when I started going to the gym. But all that to try to explain to you of like needing a positive correlation to fitness is very essential to fit mentality. Now, you don't have to go through the mental gymnastics and the extremes that I went through, but you need to like figure out what that version is for you of understanding like, okay, why don't I take fitness as seriously as I should? Why, what can I do that will help me like want to do it? What, like, you know, all these kind of things, like you need to think about it more like that in order to make sure it's something that's so ingrained in you that, you know, like you never feel danger of falling off. There is no fall off when you're in fit mentality. You never think like that. You're like, this is just my life. Like, that's it. That's all. Like, it's not complicated. It's very simple. Like, simplicity is going to be your best friend in fit mentality. Like, keeping it so simple, because it's like anything that is going to get you to a place where you're in your fitness goals is going to take time regardless. So keeping it really simple of just allowing yourself to slowly build up and get better and better is always going to be your best friend, right? Okay, so I feel like I have broken down that number one rule of positive correlation to fitness being the main attribute to fit mentality. I do want to keep going, but I do feel as though this might need, it's better I do the other ones in another video. I was going to actually give you guys like a whole list. Like I have quite a few fit mentality things, but I feel like I did such a like kind of in-depth breakdown and told so many little stories in this video that I fear to oversaturate the explanation of fit mentality and then like kind of lose the potency of what this first step is going to be. So in the next video, I'll do a couple of other fit mentality things. I'll do more than one, but like this is just to kind of get you into the first original idea of what is going to be kind of the frequency of fit mentality when I start breaking this down to you guys fully. You know, like just like the fat mentality videos, I don't want to just on you. I want to make sure you just fully get where your brain needs to be with me here, okay? But yeah, y'all, so please make sure if you made it to the end of this video, you know, I fuck with you, you know, do something active today. I'm walking around right now. I'm keeping it simple. I'm not trying to do too much. One thing I have noticed, this is a little like extra anecdote about fit mentalities. Like one thing I've noticed is that as I've gotten more and more into fit mentality, I've more and more simplified my fitness regime. Like my fitness regime has become lower and lower maintenance as I've gotten more and more into my fit mentality. Like in the beginning, it started with really needing to like go hard and, you know, always like, you know, trying to find the next thing or whatever, you know. But like now I'm at the point where I just do the minimum. Like if I can work out, I work out. If I can't work out, I still work out. Like it's not, I really just do the minimum. Like if I can't, it's just like, it's a walk, like at most, you know. As long as I get my walk in, I'm happy with myself. Anything extra is beneficial, you know? Like, I don't do much. Like, I just walk for the most part. Like, I go on a walk. I'm like, okay, I got a walk in. Good enough. But if I can do more than just a walk, like, you know, do some crunches, freaking do, some more jump rope. Still, I like jump rope. Squats, you know, weighted squats, all the other like exercise type things, like doing weights and stuff, yoga, go to yoga classes sometimes, stuff like that, like going to the gym still, you know, most, all that kind of stuff. I still do it if it's like I can and it's not too out of my way, but bare minimum, I always just go on a walk. And then, what's it called? Most of my extra fitness, I would say, involves self-care. Like if it's anything outside of that. So it'll just be more like what's going to make me feel good. So it's like, you know, yoga, massages, you know, stretching, a little light core workout, those little like 5-pound dumbbells. Like I don't like the heavy stuff. Like I like to keep it really light, like, you know, just stuff that'll just make me feel a little bit stronger or a little bit, you know, more, you know, easier to do my everyday activities. I like to use my own body weight. Like, you know, I'll do a plank, do some push-ups, like stuff like that. Like I don't like to do too much. Like I don't want to fight for my life, you know. But in the beginning, oh yeah, it was fight for your life, okay? Like it was real fight for your life. But now I don't like to do all that. I just want to go on my walk, and then anything else is a bonus. But for the most part, let's stretch. Let's do a little yoga. Meditation. Ooh, meditation is a great workout. I'm telling you, just sit there. Sit there, close your eyes, think about working out, watch your body go in tune, like, or something. I don't know. But yeah, you know, I mess with y'all. If y'all made it to the end, I really appreciate you. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. That way you can see that people are engaging with the channel, and this is not just me yapping into an abyss. Goodbye. Attempting to get my attention. I don't like when you're acting too tempted. Relax, you don't need to be mentioned. You could be sent back at the entrance. I can tell you never seen a temptress. So cold, I decide what the temp is. I like when you talk cause you meant it. If I picked, I'm the one that I went with.